Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing today? Good, great, awesome. First of all, I would like to say welcome to At America, the U.S. Embassy's American Center. My name is Genara Yusuf, or you can call me Ara. I am one of the e-guides here in At America, and I do hope that everyone here is having a wonderful evening. For those of you new here, and for those of you who don't already know, At America is the U.S. Embassy's American Center, and our mission is to provide a space for young Indonesians to learn more about the United States through our events, programs, and so much more. And our event for today is called At America Open Mic, Poems for Social Reform. This event is to celebrate Martin Luther King's Jr. Day, a day where we celebrate his life and legacy for civil rights movement. And now I will introduce you to our moderator for today. She is a PR specialist and journalist. Everyone, please give a round of applause for Kak Amelia.
Yo, yo, yo. Thank you so much, Kak Ara, for your kind introduction. Well, hello. Apa kabar? No, I cannot hear your voice. Speak it louder. How are you guys? Welcome to the Youth Speak Poem for Martin Luther King Jr. This is an open mic event, Poems for Social Reform, organized by At America in collaboration with Esai Poetry Network. Please give a big applause. Thank you so much. My name is Amelia, and it is an honor for me to be here. Thank you so much for having me tonight. Well, I can see there is a lot of young people from different background here. I want to say hello for SI Poetry members, community. Please say hello. Hi. Okay. Thank you for coming. And I want to say hello to journalists. Is there any journalists here? Please raise your hand. Okay, don't be shy. Hi. And thank you. I welcome you all who have same spirit and same energy for poetry and for Martin Luther, to celebrate Martin Luther King. Well, what goes through your mind if you hear the name of Martin Luther King Jr.? Activist. I have a dream. It is a very iconic speech from Martin Luther King Jr. I have one favorite part of his speech. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. Well, the speech is called for equality, freedom, and also end for discrimination. But sadly, more than a half decade, after his death, the struggle still exists and still continue his struggle for end of discrimination. Not only in America, but also here in Indonesia, But nowadays, young generation, we are, as a young generation, have a lot of way to speak, have a lot of way to participating, to continue the struggle of Martin Luther King Jr. And tonight, we speak through SI poetry. But before we jump to the discussion, allow me to start this open mic night with 2 beautiful songs from EO project. It is a song full of spirit and philosophy, and we will have a lyric on the screen so we can sing together. Please come to the stage. Please give big applause for EO project.
sing together much better.
Blowing in the wind.
Okay.
What song? What song?
Show up or come. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We'll walk hand in hand. We walk hand in hand. We walk hand in hand. We walk hand in hand. Someday, yeah. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. The truth will make us free. The truth will make us free. The truth will make us free. The truth will make us free someday. Oh, oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We don't afraid today. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. Someday, oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, the road must come and walk down before you call him a man. Oh, Betty sees by the white dove's hill before she sleeps in the sand. And oh, many times as the cannonballs fly before they're forever bound. The answer, my friend, the blowing in the wind. The answer is the blowing in the wind. And oh, many years must the mountain exist before it is forced to the sea. And oh, many years can some people exist before they're allowed to be free. And oh, many times can a man turn his head and pretend he just doesn't see. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is the blowing in the wind. And how many times must a man look out before he can see the sky? And how many years must one man have before he can hear people cry? And how many tests will it take till he knows that too many people have died? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is the blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, blowing in the wind. The answer is the blowing in the wind. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Back to Amelia.
Thank you so much, EO Project.
Thank you, Amelia.
The answer is blowing in the wind. Wah, I cannot sing it well. But okay, now we have a short movie about Esai poetry and civil rights struggle, especially in Indonesia. So, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the movie.
Hari itu negeri berjalan tanpa pemerintah. Hukum ditelantarkan. Huru hara di mana-mana. Langit menghitam oleh kobaran asap. Dari rumah-rumah, dari pertokoan, semua terkesima. Tak ada satupun yang siap melindungi diri dari keganasan ini. mereka mulai memasuki rumah-rumah kaum sipit mata. Semakin siang, semakin tak terbilang jumlahnya. Rusuhan merajalela, bagaikan api, bagaikan ular.
Halo, panggil. Halo.
Essay poetry recounts the events of the May 1998 riots in Jakarta that led to the downfall of President Suharto. All 5 fictional stories are based on true events: Ahmadiyya's community's persecution, homosexuality discrimination, a migrant worker who becomes the rape victim and had a wrongful execution, religious differences, and the impact of the racial riots of May 1998. In 2012, this book marked the beginning of a new literary subgenre known as essay poetry, which has since spread throughout the ASEAN region. Eight years after Denny J.A.'s initial initiative, essay poetry is incorporated into the official Indonesian dictionary in 2020. Essay poetry is defined in the Indonesian dictionary as a type of literature that conveys social and moral values by employing the use of simple words and stanza structures in the form of fact, fiction, and footnotes. On the Essay Poetry website, you can read 150 essay poetry books in Indonesian and English.
Terima kasih Bapak Ibu yang berbahagia. Malam ini diskusi bulanan kita dengan tema Puisi Esai dan Sastra Diplomasi.
Every month, the ASEAN Essay Poetry community hosts a free live webinar to discuss the roles of art and culture and how they relate to current issues. The Swedish Academy, a Nobel Committee for Literature, invited the essay poetry community to propose a candidate from Indonesia in 2021. Denny J.A. was nominated for the Nobel Prize in Literature by the Indonesian and ASEAN essay poetry communities. In September 2022, Malaysia hosted an ASEAN Essay Poetry Festival.
Kutunggu di setiap Kamisan kisah cinta yang terselip di 400 Kamis seberang istana, karya Denny J.A.
J.A.'s essay poetry on missing activists has been adapted for the big screen. It is a collaborative effort between Studio Denny J.A. and the State Film Company, PFN. December has been designated as the month of essay poetry since 2022. Every year during that month, the general public is invited to use essay poetry to address injustice, discrimination, and bigotry that they have experienced or witnessed.
Saya katakan, puisi tidak terbunuh, puisi tidak mati, karena kami, para pecinta puisi, akan terus menghidup-hidupkannya, akan terus melakukan inovasi, akan terus melakukan pembaharuan. Puisi esai datang sebagai satu bunga saja, karena ia dimaksudkan mengajak bunga-bunga yang lain sehingga membuat aneka taman puisi kembali berwarna-warni. Puisi tidak mati, musik tidak terbunuh, karena kami terus melakukan inovasi.
Poetry will never perish because innovators will continually redefine it. Essay poetry is one of the world's innovative poetry ventures.
Dari Aceh sampai Papua, Indonesia beragam.
Ayo hidup dalam harmoni, Indonesia untuk semua. Apapun agamanya, dia Indonesia. Apapun etnisnya, dia Indonesia. Berbangsa satu, bangsa tanpa diskriminasi.
Mari kita wujudkan Indonesia tanpa diskriminasi.
Wow, wow, wow. Indonesia tanpa diskriminasi. Say no to discrimination. It's a clear message, right? Well, if I have to describe one word in my word about what is Esai poetry is, as Denija said, it is one of the flower, one of the instrument for us, especially young generation, to speak up about inhumanity, racism, and discrimination. But to elaborate more about Esai poetry, I will invite my dearest friend. She is a chairwoman of Esai Poetry Indonesia and also a director of AHA Baca. It is an Indonesian reading platform. Please welcome Monica GR. Whoa, 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 Monica. Hi, Monica. Okay, check, check, check. Hello. Microphone problem, as always. Okay. Hi, Monica.
Very technicalities. Hello, Amel.
We have
Wow.
a very unique formula here.
Yeah.
We talk about Martin Luther King Jr.
Indeed.
We also talk about
Say no to discrimination.
say no to discrimination and also Esai poetry and also young generation. How you elaborate about it? How it has a connection one another?
I'm kind of elaborated, I think, in my presentation. What do
Sure.
you think?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I
Okay.
will give this stage for you. Please welcome Monica GR.
Thank you, Amel. Wow, wow, wow. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom. Om Swastiastu. Namo Buddhaya. Wow. I'm grateful. I am proud, but I'm also humbled because I'm standing here before of you to present our ideas. So Esai Poetry Network, or in Indonesian we usually call it Komunitas Puisi Esai, are made up of poets, activists, artists, business owners, professional academicians, anyone who are inspired by human rights philosophy. We are really concerned about the issue of discrimination, and we feel poetry as an art form really has a capacity to change people's hearts and minds. So I'm standing here before all of you guys to remind you, to remind I, that we still have a dream for a better world. So I'll begin with what happened, actually not 2 years ago, this is New Year, right? So this is like 3 years ago. I'll begin with what happened 3 years ago. And it is condemned as one of the worst racial riots in United States history. So what are they? They were the George Floyd protests. So this protest movement is actually a civic disturbance in response for police brutality and racism. George Floyd, a 46-year-old African American who has been killed after his apprehension by a Minneapolis Police Department officer. You know what the police did? He knelt down on his neck for excruciating 9 minutes, 29 seconds. Wow. So we can easily imagine a world in which an agony of George Floyd is easily escape public attention. Because you know why? Because 1,000 Americans die in the hands of police every year. And most of them are colored or unarmed. So that's what made George Floyd's case special. Because protests quickly spread nationwide in more than 2,000 cities. And then the rest is history. because then in over 60 countries, they support Black Lives Matter movement. And we can see that in the polls in the summer of 2020, that between 15 to 26 million people supported this cause. And it made the Black Lives Matter movement as one of the largest racial riots in US history. We could see that from Kaiser Family Foundation to Pew Research Center. What intrigued me is actually these occurrences. There are some media relate these occurrences as Uncle Tom. We can see that in the title, yeah? How Uncle Tom still impacts racial politics in the 21st century. I know that we are here, the young people here. Do you guys know about Uncle Tom? Do you know about Uncle Tom? Only one. Anyone can raise the hands that know about Uncle Tom? Only one, okay. So who is Uncle Tom, by the way? It's not Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam is the representation of US, of course. So Uncle Tom is a novel. It's a literature work written by Harriet Beecher Stowe. And it was published in 1852, 170 years ago. And it had significant impact on the abolitionists. So I do believe that Uncle Tom is not a remnant of the 19th century. He's still the most influenced Black character that influenced Black politics. And for me, he's the most persistent Black character in US history because he has survived pandemics, not only COVID pandemics, but also the previous pandemics. And he has survived 33 presidents, including Joe Biden. So, wow. Yeah, he is the most persistent Black character. So I'm just going to tell you the brief side of Uncle Tom. Who is Uncle Tom? So in this novel, in 19th century, Harriet Beecher Stowe really created, he successfully created this character that Tom is building a character of Black manhood that had a profound impact to change the nation. Even though he was separated from his wife and his children, he was shackled, he was shipped among other slaves, and then he was even let down by nice master and even beaten to death. He never spoke badly to anyone. So he kept being faithful and quiet in the front of the white assault. So that's what made him dying as a martyr. So what is this? And as a result, 13 years after the publication of this novel, there is a push to amend US Constitution to abolish slavery. And until now, many people have claimed that Uncle Tom's Cabin is an example on how literature works really can change societal situations. So literary works is not just rose are red, violet are purple. It's not just that. It can, raise the awareness of generations to take action. Yeah. So if United States have Uncle Tom's Cabin, we have a similar thing here in Indonesia, a literary work that changed the nation. And what is that? Do you guys ever can guess? No, it's a very old novel, Max Havelaar, by Multatuli. Multatuli is a pseudonym used by Edward Dawes Dekker. Yeah. So because of Max Havelaar, they push finally. They pushed the abolition of what we call it, the colonialism. It ended the colonialism finally. So both Max Havelaar or Uncle Tom's Cabin acted as a pamphlet with urgent appeal for legislation, for government to do something about the injustice acts that's been doing. So after that, various Black guys called Uncle Tom's since then. And as for today, including our hero, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. So who doesn't know about Dr. King, or MLK, we call him. Dr. King, MLK. He's a very iconic figure in civil rights movement and remembered for his tireless effort to fight injustice and discrimination. He even got a Peace Nobel Prize in 1964 to end the segregation between black and white. And he used every means but non-violence. He was heavily inspired by Mahatma Gandhi. So because of his non-violent and his unwavering commitment, then he inspired us, young generations, to always follow his path, to follow his path in non-violent means. So this is his very iconic photographs. It's a I Have a Dream speech that's been delivered on August 28, 1963 at Lincoln Memorial Park, Washington, D.C. And it's been watched, he delivered this speech in front of 250,000 people. It was massive back then. And it's been broadcasted live in television and radio all over the world. Guys, this is before TikTok. This is before Instagram Live. It was a massive, massive event that time. So he spoke about economic rights and the civil rights movement for civil rights for the African American. But what I really love about this speech is actually he said that I hope that in the future human being is not judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of the character. Of course, so then many people, many artists, many poets inspired by him. And then we know that there's Maya Angelou and I Still Rise. Also, For My People by Margaret Walker. And this is Langston Hughes, one of my favorite African American poets, The Dream Keeper, and also Riot by Gwendolyn Brooks. And there are many artists that are really inspired by Dr. King's and created very valuable literature and art. So his message of equality and justice for all remains as relevant, very relevant even to us, and important, very imperative today. It was even before, even after, during his lifetime. So I hope that Esai Poetry will continue to follow his path. So we are here. We're going to talk about Esai Poetry and the correlation to Dr. King's battle against discrimination. This is a very profound quote from John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States. If more politicians read poetry and poets understood politics, we will inherit a better world. The spirit is really in accordance with us in Esai Poetry, because we want to bring back poetry to the society. A survey conducted in 2012 by Washington Post said that 6.7%, only 6.7% people read literally one literary book per year. And my organization in the current survey Indonesia conducted the same research, but in Indonesian scale. And the result is not quite far. It's only 6% of people that read literature, at least one literature book per year. So based on the research, we also conclude that people actually love literary works as long as they are represented as a literary work that can depict inner soul, inner demons, and the pulse of daily life. And that's what's wrong today, because many poets, many artists seems like pull themselves from the society because they feel like, yeah, we are higher creators, right? And so that's why they pull themselves back. And this is one of the emergence roles of Esai Poetry, because we want to bring poetry back to the modern society. So the anti-discrimination spirit of Dr. King's is actually served as a source information that's very valuable for our anti-discrimination movement too. And Esai Poetry becomes a cultural mission. This is Danny Jaya, the pioneer of Esai poetry. And this is his first book of Esai poetry in 2012, In the Name of Love. What I love about this book is actually it portrays 5 discriminatory issues that are rarely discussed openly in our public. And we know that these discrimination issues are still dwelling on the surface and the below of our collective awareness of Indonesian people, of our people. And this book is actually portraying these discrimination issues from the perspective of the victim. And so then he and Hanung Bramantyo created 5 short movies from this book to raise the awareness. Okay, so they say that we are sorry, time is up. This is like, that's okay. Is that, do we still have time, Carmel? Or just like maybe 2-3 minutes? I'm just gonna very fast. Okay, thank you. So number 2 is in the frameworks of Dr. King's struggle, anti-discrimination exists in a socio-political strategy that is mainly characterized by black and white segregation, and that led to discrimination acts. So that's really different with us, because in the context of Indonesian, segregation of black and white is not conspicuous. It's not that obvious. It's not our problem, because what stands out is the prejudice based on religious views about Ahmadiyya, Shia, persecution, and also the minority groups. That's really hard to erect their house of worships. The Chinese ethnicity, we've just seen the May 98 riots. Yes, and also in our modern society now is the discrimination towards LGBT people. So this is like, yeah, we see that there were many cases of discrimination in Indonesia from 1998 to 2011. It spanned for 14 years. So we see that 65% of the conflict were caused by religious views, and then 20% based on ethnicity, 10% based on gender, and the rest 5% the discrimination towards the sexual orientation. So there are several poems that is very inspired by MLK's, and we are going to read that after our discussion. Wow. I'm just going to be fast here. So yeah, actually our movement is starting to be fruitful, because in 2021, Esai poetry, Puisi Esai, is now officially in the official Indonesian dictionary, Puisi Esai. Wow. So it's starting to be fruitful. And last but not least, this is again my invitation to remind all of us again that we are born equal. So the main spirit of Esai poetry is say no to discrimination. Thank you, Bung Karno. Thank you, Nelson Mandela. Thank you, Martin Luther King, and all of the human rights heroes. Wow, thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Monica. Please stay on the stage. We have Q&A session. Okay, I will take your paper. We have seat here. Please have a seat. So, okay. Okay. Bring poetry back to the modern community. It is the spirit of Esai poetry, right?
Yeah.
Wow. So poetry become more relevant to our generation, and it's no longer become exclusive. It become inclusive for everybody. Esai poetry is for everyone. Well, now I'm pretty sure you have your own opinion and also question maybe. So I will give the opportunity for you here in America. If you have a question or opinion, please raise your hand. Don't be shy. I know you have a lot of questions. Please raise your hand if you have a question.
We have a question.
Oh, okay. Okay. Please introduce yourself.
Just as a reminder, I'm not the expert here, so we can like discuss here openly.
Sure. Yeah. So my name is Evangeline Pua. I'm mission partner and pastor of Presbytery of Presbytery of San Francisco Presbyterian Church, representing them in Indonesia. So I would like to applaud this networking and also the idea of this event because it's really important because since especially the George Floyd tragedy, since then our church in Presbytery of San Francisco has been strongly fighting to dismantle systemic racism. And we've been intensely getting a training. And then just for your information, since last December, our church also has auditor team to fight systemic racism in our churches. So
Wow.
I would like to applaud you a big for this event, and may this event can encourage every organizations that you represent here, so we can work together to fight for the social injustices issue everywhere. I would like
Wow.
to just let you know.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Applaud for all of us.
Wow.
Thank
Okay.
you.
We have one question from Instagram
Oh, really? Okay.
before I go back to the floor. From Dina.
Dina.
How if I want to get to know more and learn about Esai poetry? Maybe you can answer after
Wow.
another question and also respond.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I will give you the other opportunity for you who have a question or point of view.
Or even Masfat. Masfat can give something. Masfat,
Okay,
please.
Masfat, please. Wow.
Okay, hello everybody. First of all, I would like to congratulate Monica and friends in the community of essay poetry. As you said, and also previous person who asked the question or give opinion also, give you uh, give you important comment that this community, this network, and also this event is very important for us. Not only to encourage young people to know about poetry, literature, and everything, but also to to encourage or to raise the awareness of us, about our social problem or social tragedies like discrimination, and also all the bad things happening now, as we can read in the Twitter and everywhere. So this is very important. I agree that I agree, and we need to continue this into more informal events, more casual hangout meetings with young people in the cafes everywhere, because we need to spread the poetry not only in the event, but also in our in our daily life, become our language. Poetry should become our conversation. uh, Maybe that's comment also will also will lead to my question. This is this is just cheeky question. You said in your presentation, by the way, it's wonderful presentation, very inspiring presentation. Congratulations. You said poetry is dying, and as far as we know, usually poetry is short. Usually,
Haiku may be short.
maybe short,
Haiku
maybe
may be
long,
short, yeah.
maybe short, maybe long, but usually people know that poetry is short things, short beautiful words that inspire us, make us falling in love, and things like that. If short things like that is dying, how long poetry like essay poetry will survive? What do you think? How it will make people want to read? Because our readiness also problem in our society.
Mhm.
So how to you know I'm sure that maybe this topic also in your conversation, in your discussion with all the members in uh, SI poetry community. That's all. Thank you. Congratulations. Please give applause for Monica
Wow,
and friends.
thank you, Mr. Fat.
Thank you. Wow.
Wow, wow.
Another challenge.
Another challenge. But it's
Okay.
a really interesting question because your question must really ignite. It could ignite our discussion tonight. So I do believe that essay poetry was initially created for a very long article, long poem, but afterwards, us in essay poetry community, we evolve, and then as for the last December 2022, we actually created very very short essay poems. What's most important is in essay poems is not just we put beautiful words. It's either long or short. It doesn't matter. What matters is like we could express the injustice that we have heard, we have experienced towards writing. Not only in writing, because we can transform as a poetry in movies, in animations, in music videos. So I think that's what really important here, Masfat, is how we adapt to the advancement of the technology and how we can use it. And so that's why I'm really thankful for your question. It's a really good question. We can discuss it later after this event. So I'm really grateful for you. Thank you, Masfat.
Okay. How about Dina in Instagram?
Oh, okay. Oh,
How-
yeah. I quite forget Dina. Dina, I'm really sorry. Okay. So what is the question once again?
How if they want to know more and to learn more about essay poetry?
Wow, I'm not the expert of essay poetry because I'm quite young, and I just love poetry. I love arts, but we have the seniors here in essay poetry that really expert in poetry, in literature. Thank you for the seniors to come. Thank you. Actually, if you want to know about essay poetry, very easy because we have a website in puisiesai.com.
Okay.
We have a YouTube channel, Esai Poetry, Puisi Esai Indonesia. That really the
And
channel
a regular webinar?
and also regular webinar by
Wow.
Komunitas Puisi Esai ASEAN, because now we have rich Asian countries that really love our ideas and spread our cause, which is say no to discrimination. So you can easily find us, take us through website, through Google and YouTube. We have all. That's why adapting to technology.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's easy to reach essay poetry.
Easy
It's
to
super
reach.
duper easy.
Super duper easy.
Monica, thank you so much.
Oh wow.
And we
I'm-
can discuss more about it. And you can reach Monica or the senior from SI Poetry to learn more about SI Poetry. Please give a big applause for Monica GR.
and the seniors. I would like the seniors to stand up, please. I just want you
Okay.
to,
To thank.
to highlight you guys. Please stand up, please.
Bapak, Ibu,
just stand up
senior.
here. Just stand up here.
Mohon
Like the
berdiri.
cameraman, can you
Yeah.
shoot our sister and brothers? They're our big sisters and brothers. Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
that's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Monica. Well, now I want to invite the EO project to come to the stage. Allow us to sing along with two very beautiful songs. It is very philosophy and also have a good meaning, and we can sing it together because there will be a lyric on the screen. Okay, EO project, the stage is yours.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us, above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for the day. Imagine there's no countries. Isn't hard to do. either kill or die for, and a religion too. I want to hear you. Beautiful. Living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you join us and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions, I wonder if you can live for greed or hunger, a brotherhood of man. Yeah. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Yeah, I hope someday you join us and the world will live as one. Make love and peace.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I see trees of green, red roses too, and I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, say what? You're so wonderful. I see skies the blue, the cloud is white, the bright bliss the day, the dark shade the night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky. I also want the faces for people's going by. I see friends shaking hands, tell me how do you do? They're really saying, and I love you. And I heard babies cry, I watched them grow till learn much more. And I don't know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yeah, I love you.
Wow.
Wow, project. Thank you so much. Please stay on the stage. We have poem recital. Okay. Since the title of this event is open mic and youth speak poem, we have 6 performers to give poem recital. This poem for social reform with spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. Without any further ado, please welcome the first performer, Monica GR.
Not blowing in the wind anymore. Human Rights in Indonesia by Danny J.R. Has a position of authority in government altered me significantly? Arif questioned himself. Arif had become a government official. He wielded political power. But these queries came at him one after the other, from the north, south, west, east. Arif, what have you done for your comrades? When you were a student activist 30 years ago, your comrades were forcibly taken. They got lost somewhere because they were politically oppressed. They fiercely criticized the government. Why did you overlook them, Arif? Don't you have power and influence in the government now? Isn't it true that your heart is still with your comrades? He couldn't answer these inquiries. He became uneasy, uncertain on what to do. Arif recalled his days as a student activist. He frequently sang this tune, the music that influenced him. How many roads must a man walk down before you call him a man? How many seas must a white sail before she sleeps in the sand? And how many is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. This is a civil rights movement from the Martin Luther King period. And then Arif believed that the song's lyrics were criticizing him. He felt as though he is repeatedly turning his head and feigning blindness. On January 11, 2023, Indonesian President Joko Widodo made a significant announcement. The president acknowledged and condemned the Indonesian government's lengthy history of human rights violation. The president cited 12 instances of violation of human rights spanning from 1956 to 66 through the May 1998 riots. Arif was thrilled when he heard the president's confession. The answer is no longer blowing in the wind, Arif observed. The president already responded. But Arif fell silent once more. Wasn't that a merely presidential statement? Has not the Indonesian government recently passed the 2022 Penal Code, which was strongly criticized by the UN for infringing human rights? You know that LGBT people can be punished under the new penal code. Consensus adult sexual can land you in jail. It's ridiculous. Artie was silent once more, and that music started to play it again. How many times can a man turn his head and pretend that he just doesn't see? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. The next poem recital, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sarah Permata Aini.
I Dream a World by Langston Hughes. I dream a world where man, no other man will scorn, where love will bless the earth and peace its paths adorn. I dream a world where all will know sweet freedom's way, where greed no longer saps the soul, nor avarice blights our day. A world I dream where black or white, whatever race you be, will share the bounties of the earth, and every man is free. Yeah, and every man is free. Where wretchedness will hang its head and joy, like a pearl, attends the needs of all mankind. Of such I dream. My world. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Next poem recital, Swari Utami Dewi. The stage is yours.
Should we speak English here? Because I think that all of us are Indonesian. Tapi nggak apa-apa sih. Okay. Lennon had a dream too. In memory of Martin Luther King by Danny J.A. This afternoon, Lennon just hung himself. A week ago, he buried his father. His sister debriefed. The night before, Lennon had daydream on the porch. The full moon was accompanying him as he sat alone, quiet and silent. Then Lennon yelled and wept, "Dad, you don't have to die. We wish we had more money. If only we could afford health insurance. If only we were able to reach a proper hospital." And the illness you have should be able to be cured. Lennon's wailing continued. You know, his father was a local farmer. he has remained impoverished ever since. Fortunately, Lennon had a wealthy uncle. From high school until college, he was 80. Lennon read a lot, according to his sister. That afternoon, John Lennon was agitated. He was furious at the sky. He was enraged with the land. Why is the poverty gap growing? Asked John Lennon. And according to research, the richest 2% own 82% of the world's wealth. What's left for the destitute? I had a dream, delivered by Martin Luther King, was read aloud by Lennon. Lennon was taken back. He had the famous speech memorized. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I had a dream, a little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I also have a dream, Lennon remarked. One day, the disparity between affluent and poor will be less pronounced. I too have a dream, Lennon admitted. No more people dying like my father, because they simply couldn't afford to go to the hospital. I too have a dream, Lennon admitted. The government should focus more on its underprivileged citizens. But how can I realize that dream? Lennon wondered. What power do I have? Pondered Lennon. College funding was also under jeopardy. My darling lover also abandoned me. And according to his sister, Lennon didn't sleep that night. The next morning, Lennon's body was discovered hanging like Martin Luther King. Lennon also had a dream, yet he chose death. Thank you so much.
Wow. I got goosebumps here. Next poem recital. Please welcome Naimas Ayu.
In memoriam, Martin Luther King Jr. by June Jordan. Honey, people murder Mercy, USA. The milk land turned to monster teeth. To kill, to violate, pull down, destroy. The weekly freedom, growing fruit from being born. America. Tomorrow, yesterday rape, exacerbate, despoil, disfigure. Crazy running thread, the deadly troll. A foul belief, dispel. The wildlife burn the breast. The outward tongue, the outward hand, deform the normal rain. Riot sunshine, shelter break. Of darkness derogate, the limit blank, explode deprive. Assassinate and button up. Like bullets fatten up, the traveling grid, reactivate a springtime, terrorizing. Death by man, by more than you, or I can stop. They sleep who know a regulated place, or pulse, or tide, or changing sky. According to some universal stage direction of base, lecture with cells. We share an afternoon of morning. In between, no next predictable, except for while reversal, here's rehearsal. Bleach the black long lenging, ritual of bright insanity and more. Deplorable abortion, more
and more. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sakila Hanifanisa.
Riot by Gwendolyn Brooks. A riot is the language of the unheard. Martin Luther King. John Cabot, Art of Wilma, once a weak leaf. A white blue rose below his golden hair, robed richly in right linen and right wool. Almost forgot his jaguar and lake bluff. Almost forgot Grantully. Riches is the best thing that ever happened to Scotch. Almost forgot the sculpture at the Richard Gray and disdained him. The kidney pie at Maxim's, the Gandini, the beef at Messine Henry. Because the niggers were coming down the street. Because the poor were sweaty and unbreathing, not like today niggers in Winnetka. And they were coming toward him in rock ranks, in seas, in windsweep. They were black and loud, and not detainable and not discreet. Gross, gross. Why do I ask gross here? John Cabot inched instantly beneath Noor's white that told his story of glory to the world. Don't it let touch me, to blackness, Lord, he whispered to honey angel in the sky. But in a thrilling announcement, on it drove and breathed on him, touched him, and that breath the fume of pig food, glittering and cheap chili, malign, macaron. And a terrific touch, all the averted dog jerked forward disapply, cried, Cabot John, you are a desperate man, and the desperate die expensively today. John Cabot went down in the smoke and fire and broken glass and blood. And he cried, Lord, forgive these niggas that know not what they do. Thank you.
Thank you, Sakila. Our next performer will be Edrida Pulungan. Please give a big applause.
Poetry for the Oppressed by Danny G.A. From the ruins of a church that was on fire, the song Ave Maria could still be heard. From the remnants of the demolished mosque, evening prayer could still be heard. Who is defending us, Mother? Asked the crying boy. He witnessed the house of worship where they ordinarily prayed had been sealed and shuttered. They were not allowed to enter. Who is defending us, Mother? Asked the scared and sad boy. His home was ravaged by fire. The land had been claimed. They were forced to flee and were barred from returning. Who is defending us, Mother? Asked the hysterical boy in a pain. He witnessed his father being trampled by Puri's mob. Mother, said the boy quietly. They always mention God, but why I'm scared? Why are they all vicious as demons? The boy didn't ask to have a religion. Their parents gave that religion to him. The boy might adhere to Christianity as religions. The boy could be Muslim. The boy might belong to the Hindu faith. The boy could also not be religious. However, once they were in minority and live in wild regions, they become birds for the precious wolf. Mother simply cry out in a prayer, clutching a precious boy and shielding him from haters and fire. God does not sleep, my son. God never rests, my son. The mother spoke quietly while holding in this fire. The boy was mad to feel at ease. In her arms, she crushed him. Warriors will always be born, my son. Thinkers will perpetually be born. There will always be new heroes. There will be a bearers of God's message. She hugged the boy in a sorrow with tears. When you grow up, my son, remember this message always. Wherever you are, whatever the faith and ethnicity, whatever the level of comprehensions, simply love a human being is a human being. The mother scooped up the reins, the house of worship. The wreck was gone in a flash. It felt like a house of worship was rising in her heart as much as in her child. Jakarta, July 20, 2015. Edrida Pulungan for Ed America, say no to discrimination. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Edrida Pulungan. What a dramatic poem recital. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now give a big applause for Muhammad Adriansyah Maulana.
Still, I Rise by Maya Angelou. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may throw me in the very dirt, but still like dust, I arise. Does my sadness upset you? Why are you beset with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I've got oil wells pumping in my living room. Just like moon and like suns with the certainty of tides. Just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken? Bowed head and lowered eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. Does my hardiness offend you? Don't you take it over heart, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard. You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my tides? Out of the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up from a past that's rooted in pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. leaving behind nights of terror and fear. I rise into a daybreak that wondrously clear. I rise, bringing the gift that my ancestor gave. I am the dream and hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And for the last poem recital, please welcome me, Amelia Fitriani. Why you don't kill me, God? Maria screamed and raged. At the cemetery, arranged in a row, her husband's grave, her son's grave, her mother's grave, and her brother's grave. Maria continued and cried, Alex, my husband, I'm not strong. It's just me against the world. Take me along with you. The coronavirus got everyone in the family. One by one, they perish. Only Maria survived, somehow. Maria worked as a doctor. She was employed in a hospital. Maria believed she was the source of the viral breakout in her entire family. She was the first to be exposed. Then her family exposed one by one. Maria, on the other hand, not die. Johannes, her doctor's hospital college, regularly console her. Johannes stated, in fact, COVID-19 killed 6.7 million people in January 2023. The victim of COVID-19 outnumbers those killing during the 21-year Vietnam War. The victim of COVID-19 outnumbered those killing during the 3 years of Korean War. The victim of COVID-19 outnumbered those killed in the United States' biggest terrorist attack in history, 9/11. But we shall win this battle, exclaimed Johannes. Then he sang a battle song. During Martin Luther King's civil rights struggle, this hymn was frequently sung. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid today. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. Someday are not alone today. Deep in my heart, I do believe we are not alone today. The truth will make us free. The truth will make us free. The truth will make us free today. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. Maria expressed her gratitude. Johannes frequently widened her heart. But Maria was taken aback that day. It was Johannes' turn on to be exposed to the coronavirus. Johannes died 3 days later. Her motivator has now succumbed to COVID-19. Maria sobbed at Johannes' grave in the evening, but she preserved. Maria sang the tune for Johannes. Let us sing together. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Oh, deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. We shall overcome someday. Well, thank you, Amelia. Oh. Thank you, EO Project. Thank you for the poem recital. Well, it is the end of our event, our amazing event. Let me invite once again Monica GR. Please come to the stage to give a last statement, I think.
So I'm going to invite Kak Fatin, Kak Tami, Mas John, Kak Fani, Mbak Deno, Mas Elsa to come onto the stage, please. No, please. We're going to say something for our statement here. I want to emphasize that what do we have today is not taken for granted, okay? Human rights, civil rights, women's rights. It's a long journey of struggle, of battle, and that mainly ended in bloodbath. So I want us here to reflect of our nation, of ourselves. What do we want the future generations of Indonesia to become? So I'm going to say Puisi Esai, and then we're going to say no to discrimination. Okay, I'm going to be here. And you too, please stand up. Okay, can we do stand up? Yes, please stand up. All of us. So once I said Puisi Esai, all of us will say no to discrimination. Yes, okay. So, friends, sisters, brothers. Puisi Esai. Say no to discrimination. Again, one more time. Very spiritful, very powerful. One more. We are the younger generation of Indonesia. Show ourselves. Puisi Esai.
Say no discrimination.
Wow, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You can go back to your seat. Thank you so much, our senior. Thank you so much, Monica GR. Okay, thank you so much, you guys who come to the Eat America, and thank you so much who joining us on social media. So I will give back the stage to Kak Ara.
Okay, thank Thank you, Kak Amelia. Can we have another round of applause, everyone? Yes, thank you so much, everyone here for joining us today. And of course, thank you to Puisi Esai Indonesia. And I would also like to thank Kak Monica and Kak Amelia for joining us today. So, did you guys enjoy today's event? Yes? Very much? Awesome. So if you want to join more events like this one, you can visit our website at www.atmerica.or.id. And we are also on social media. We've got Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and also YouTube at ATMerica. By following us on our social media, you can gain a lot of our event updates, fun content, and so much more. All right, everyone. With that, I think it is time to say goodbye and see you soon at the next At America event. Thank you so much, everyone.